Hi students, this is Monica Bansal from Bullseye. My expertise are quantitative aptitude, data integration and logical reasoning. Today we are going to discuss an important topic of trigonometry, that is height and distances. Before starting the session, let's have an overview. First of all, we will have prerequisite, that is what we should know before we start. Then we will have some definitions to find heights and distances. Then we will solve some examples. Then you will have practice questions and the answer key. So let us start. Prerequisites. First of all, you must know what is a right angle triangle. So let us see what is a right angle triangle. A triangle which contains an angle of 90 degree. This is called as a right angle triangle. Let us take this as ABC. So ABC is a right angle triangle because one of the angle is 90 degree. Then you must know Pythagoras theorem. Important. What is Pythagoras theorem now? If there is a right angle triangle, for example, we can take ABC here. In every right angle triangle, AB square plus BC square, that is equal to AC square, that is perpendicular square plus base square, that is equal to hypotenuse square. Here this is the perpendicular AB, BC is the base and the AC, that is the hypotenuse. Now you must know some T ratios, that is, for example, sine theta is equal to P upon H. I mean perpendicular upon hypotenuse, etc. Let us discuss all the T ratios. Let us take ABC right angle triangle. We have in total 6 T ratios and they are sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Now what is sine theta in ABC? That is P upon H, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What is cos theta? B upon H, base upon hypotenuse. Tan theta, that is equal to sine theta upon cos theta. That's why we can say that this is nothing but P upon B, I mean perpendicular upon base. Cosecant theta is nothing but reciprocal of sine theta. That's why this is H upon P. Secant theta, that is reciprocal of cos theta. This is H upon B. And cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. That's why this will be B upon P. You must know all these values to crack all height and distances questions. Let us move further. Now, this is an important table. Values of all the 6 T ratios at 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. You must remember all these values. You can see this is sine 0. This is sine 30 degree, sine 45 degree, then sine 60 degrees and sine 90 degree. Then we have written the first row in reverse order. As you can see, we are starting our row with 1. Then we have root 3 by 2. Then we have 1 upon root 2. Then we have half. Then we have 0. Now what is tan theta? As we have discussed it earlier, the tan theta is sine theta upon cos theta. That's why we can say that tan 0 degree is 0 upon 1. So it becomes 0. Tan 30 degree is equal to sine 30 degree upon cos 30 degree, which becomes 1 upon root 3 and so on up to. Cosecant theta is reciprocal of sine theta, secant theta is reciprocal of cos theta, cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. So we can write all the values respectively. Next, also remember that in 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree right angle triangle, the ratio of length of sides is 1:2, root 3:2 respectively. Similarly, in a 45 degree, 90 degree right angle triangle, the ratio of length of the sides is 1:1:, root 2 respectively. Let us see what it means. See, whenever you have 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree right angle triangle, then the ratio of the length of sides is 1:root 3:2. So the corresponding ratio is 1:√3:2, it means this ratio is always maintained in this kind of triangle where the angles are 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. What do you mean by this? If BC, you can see that is the length opposite to angle 30 degree. If its length is x, then the length of the side which is opposite to 60 degree angle, it will be x√3. You can see the ratio 1:√3. So we are just multiplying it by x. And the length of the side AC which is opposite to 90 degree angle, it will be 2x. Similarly, if we have 45 degree, 90 degree right angle triangle, ratio will be 1:1:√2. It means if opposite to 45 degree, the length of side is x, then opposite to 90 degree, it will be x√2. Now this is an important part. You must remember these ratios because 90% of the questions of height and distances include these kind of angles and these kind of triangles only. So we need not to apply sine theta, cos theta, etc. these t ratios to solve every example. Now let us move further. These are some definitions you must know. First of all, line of sight. This is a straight line from our eye to the object. Simple. Angle of depression. If an object is below the horizontal from the eye, we have to lower our head to view the object. In this process, our eyes move through an angle. This angle is called the angle of depression. Similarly, angle of elevation. If an object is above the horizontal from the eye, we have to raise our head to view the object. In this process, our eyes move through an angle. This angle is called the angle of elevation. Now see the practical approach. This is our horizontal line and this is our eye level. Suppose we are looking at point P, then this eye level is known as E. Then this line EP is called line of sight. Now from horizontal to looking at P, our eyes are moving through an angle which is called angle of elevation because we are raising our head, we are elevating our head. So this angle is known as angle of elevation. Similarly, if we are looking at point Q, we have to lower our head to view at point Q. In this process, our eyes move through an angle which is called depression angle. So in this case, this angle, let us take another color, this angle, this is angle of depression. And again, in this process, this green line is known as line of sight. Now let us move to questions. It says from a point on a level ground, it means horizontal ground, the angle of elevation of the top of tower is 30 degree. If the tower is 200 meter high, find the distance between point and the foot of the tower. Let us draw an appropriate figure. Let us take A be the point on a level ground. Say BC, this is the tower. B is the foot of the tower and C is the top of the tower. Now what is given here? If the tower is 200 meter high, it means this BC, this length is given. Find the distance between point and the foot of the tower. So AB is needed here. We want to calculate AB. Do we have any T ratio which includes BC and AB? Yes, we have. That is tan theta and cot theta. Let us apply tan theta. What is tan theta? This angle is given as 30 degree. So we can say that tan 30 degree is BC upon AB. Now what is tan 30 degree? This is 1 upon root 3. What is BC? This is 200. So if we calculate, AB will come out to be 200 root 3. As we know that root 3 is approximately 1.732. You should remember this value. It comes out to be 346 meters approximately. So that will be the answer in this case. Let us take one more way. Whenever you have a 30, 60, 90 triangle or 45, 45, 90 triangle, no need to apply any t ratio because we know the ratios of the side length. So in this case, as we know, the triangle is 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. We know the ratio. The ratio of side length should be 1:√3:2 always. As we know, the length opposite to 30 degree is given as 200 meters here. So opposite to 30 degree, if 200 by applying unitary method, if 1 corresponds to 200, it means we should multiply the complete ratio with 200. So opposite to 60 degree it will be 200√3 and opposite to 90 degree it will be 400. But we need BC, which is opposite to 60 degree. So what should our answer? It should be 200√3, the same answer, 346 meters approximately. So it's better that in these kind of questions you apply ratios. This was the answer. Now moving to next question. It says, two cars are moving on a road on the two sides of a tower. The angles of elevation of the top of the tower observed from the cars are 30 degree and 45 degree respectively. If the tower is 100 meters high, what is the distance between two cars? Let this be the road. Car 1, car 2, this is the tower 100 meter high. Let this be AB. Now what is given? Angles of elevation. These are given and they are 30 degree and 45 degree. So this is 30 degree. This is 45 degree. Now it says, what is distance between two cars? C1, C2 I am considering as cars. So what is required? C1, C2. Now what is C1, C2? It will be C1B plus BC2. We have two triangles here. Now as you can see, on the left hand side there is 45 degree, 90 degree triangle. On the right hand side you have automatically 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle because we are considering the tower which is vertical. So automatically this angle, it will be 90 degree. So the remaining angles are 45 degree and 60 degree respectively. Now as we know, the ratios are 1:1:√2 and 1:√3:2. So apply ratios here. I am taking triangle ABC1. In this triangle AB, which is opposite to 45 degree, this is given as 100. So if we apply ratios, it will be 100:100:100√2. So we can say that this BC1, this will be nothing but 100√2. And similarly, the side length AB, which is opposite to 30 degree in the second triangle, that is given as 100. So the remaining sides will be 100√3 and 200. So we can say that BC2, it will be nothing but 100√3. Now C1, C2 is asked. C1, C2 is, as we know, that C1B plus BC2. So it will be 100√2 plus 100√3. 100 comes out, so it will become √2 plus √3. It's better if you know √2 and √3 value. √2 is 1.414 and √3 is 1.732. I'm leaving the calculation part for you. Now moving to next question. It says, a vertical tree is broken by the wind. The top of the tree touches the ground and makes an angle of 30 degree with it. If the top of the tree touches the ground 30 meters away from its foot, then find the height of the tree. Now we can draw this figure. AB plus BC, that is the complete tree. It is broken at B and it is given that the top of the tree makes an angle of 30 degree with the ground. So angle BCA, that is 30 degree. Also top of the tree and its foot, its length is given as 30 meters. So AC is 30 meter. We want to calculate height of the tree. Now what is the height of tree in this case? It will be AB plus BC because the tree is broken. Now we can apply ratio here. Of course this is 90 degree because it is written that this is a vertical tree. So the remaining angle, it will be 60 degree. Again we know that in this kind of triangle, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, the ratio of side length should be 1:√3:2. As you can see in triangle ABC, AC, its length, which is opposite to B angle, which is 60 degree, its length is 30 meters. So corresponding to √3, length given is 30 meter. We want to calculate AB plus BCS. So it will become 30 by √3, and it will become 2 into 30 by √3. So we can get the value of AB and BC. Now time to find the height of the tree. Now what is AB here? AB is the line which is opposite to 30 degrees. So it will be 30 by √3. Plus what is BC, which is the length which is opposite to 90 degrees. So it will be 2 into 30 by √3. What is 30 by √3? That is 10 √3. And the next is 20 √3. So it will be the answer in this case, 30 √3. So what is the answer? It will be 51.96 meters approximately, because √3 is 1.732. Now the next question, it says, a ladder 10 meters long just reached the top of a wall and makes an angle of 60 degree with the wall. Find the distance of the foot of the ladder from the wall. So we can consider in this triangle ABC, since wall is always vertical, this angle is 90 degree. AB is the wall and this is the ladder. Its length is 10 meters. It is making an angle of 60 degree with the wall. So 90 degree, 60 degree, obviously the remaining angle will be 30 degree. Again, we have a triangle which is 30, 60, 90. We want to calculate the distance of the foot of the ladder from the wall. It means we want to calculate AC. Now, you can see that opposite to 90 degree length is given. That this is 10 meters. So opposite to 90, I'm writing 10. And we know that this ratio should be 1:√3:2. So opposite to 30, it should be 5, half of that, and it should be 5 √3. We want to calculate AC, that is a length opposite to 60 degree. So what should be my answer? It should be 5 √3. That is the answer, which comes out to be 8.65 approximately. Now these are some practice questions. And this is the answer. To learn more concepts and to watch more videos, log on to hitbullseye.com. Thank you so much. Happy learning.